All right, Mavina, thanks so much for that. Let me also welcome on board Mr. Lalit Agarwal, who's joining us this morning, CMD at V-Mart, to discuss the kind of trends that he's observing and whether or not those are going to be derailed, given what we're seeing right now on the back of the resurgence in cases. Mr. Agarwal, good morning. Now, in the last year, apparel retail, of course, was really badly hit. And just when we're looking at a recovery coming back, perhaps to pre-COVID levels, question marks again. Tell us where we're at, really, what you're seeing on ground.
Good morning. Definitely, things are catching up fast. Still, in our markets, we haven't seen any kind of surge in cases, or not a steep surge in cases, except few. But yes, because of the media reports coming in very fast on Maharashtra, people have started taking some precautionary measures. And even some local administration have started asking for some stricter policies getting implemented at our stores, which we are already doing. So it is definitely not going to be the last time like it is going to be different this time, because we will have to operate, and we will operate with restrictions, with proper policies and procedures, asking every customers and every employees of ours to have a very, very safe environment created in the store. So that's what we are looking at, and we are anticipating a smoother pass-through of this COVID inflate this time.
Okay. If you have to compare the performance of demand from smaller towns and cities versus the metros, how has been the performance there, if you were to compare?
So there is some bit of differences which was already existing. But yes, if we compare year on year, there is almost a 20% difference in the performance of a tier 1 or a metro versus a tier 3. So in terms of the recoup of the growth in the sales or degrowth in the sales.
Sure. Mr. Agarwal, cotton yarn as well as crude-based fabric prices have seen a rally of nearly about 30% already in the last 6 months. Will this kind of surge in raw material prices remain a big dampener for the apparel industry?
It is definitely the biggest jolt the apparel industry has received, and in the last 2 decades, I haven't seen such kind of growth coming in this polyester yarn or even the cotton yarn. So there is definitely lot inside it, but this is very, very high, very, very steep, and no retailer or no manufacturer is able to absorb this growth in the commodity prices. So definitely we will have to take a price rise as far as the sales price of the products are concerned going forward. So all the bookings that we are doing, but apart from that, there is also the scarcity of raw material, which is also making it very difficult for the production lines to be, the supply chain to be fulfilled. So it is a tough time for the apparel retailers or the apparel manufacturers, and it is going to be a costlier apparel for the consumers down there.
Sure. Help us understand what categories, however, are seeing high demand, and do you expect discretionary items demand to remain robust even in the coming few months?
Definitely, the situation is almost similar, but yeah, over the last 2-3 months, we saw the situation improving in terms of the demand for outerwears, in terms of the demand for even the formal and the party wears. It improved. But once again, we feel it may go down. But yeah, discretionary, I don't think, there will be a similar nature of demand in discretionary. But yes, still the casual wear, the leisure wear, the sports wear is going to be much more in demand. And that's where the whole tilt is happening. We were expecting colleges to get opened by this particular session in this particular month. But I think now with the COVID surge, the colleges may also delay the opening. It will once again dampen the demand a little bit in terms of the casual wear and the fashion wear, which normally the youth wears in the colleges. So that's one point which we're expecting which will come back to normalcy. Hasn't been till now.
Okay, fair enough. Lots of diversified offerings, of course. Let's talk about value fashion and how you see that contributing going forward in terms of segments, where you see the opportunity.
See, looking at India and the demographic of India, definitely there is almost 80% of the population which earns what I would say is below 4 to 5 lakh rupees per annum. So those people can't afford to buy multiple number of times. So definitely these people are aspirational. These people are looking at the similar media, want to consume similar things. So doesn't have that kind of capacity. So they will always want to wear good quality products, good fashion, but at a very, very low cost, because that's what they have in their pocket. So that is a big area of growth for India. Looking at the youth population, the youngsters are always aspirational, want to consume more, want to look fashionable, want to be in the social media. So these youngsters will drive value fashion retail very, very hard. And that is going to be really very, very big in India. And it has always been a big buzzword in the entire globe. So value fashion is going to be there, and I think we are definitely targeting that, and we believe that more and more aspiration, more and more social media, and more communication will lead to more and more strength in the value retail, the value fashion retailers.
Okay, what about store expansion plans? Where are we on that? For multiple reasons, coming out of a pandemic year, everyone being online, and now, of course, restrictions being reimposed.
See, we are on our plans, and we opened up almost 55 stores in 19-20 years, fiscal year. And we did not open too much in the last year. We opened only around 20 stores. We will certainly look forward to match the numbers of 19-20, try and see that we have almost equal openings that we did in the 19-20 year. If things doesn't worsen very high from here. So, but yeah, definitely there is a good sentiment that we are seeing even in the online space. We also had launched our Omni space. We also had launched our V-Mart app, where we are seeing a good surge in the traffic. And see, it is not replacing, but it is adding to the convenience of the customer. This is what we believe. We saw a good footfall coming back in the month of March, and we think in spite of online, the offline world is going to continue, and this is going to be more and more. So we will certainly keep opening stores in the areas where we still feel that unorganized retailers is very high, and organized retail has not reached to its full potentiality, or organized retailers have not still there or still not present there. So we are trying to tap into these markets where we think there is a large potential for us to go and give that experience to those customers who are still left out of these experiences.
By when do you then see your revenue profile improve meaningfully, and what kind of improvement have you seen in the second half of the fiscal?
I will not be able to give you numbers right now, but certainly the second half has been much better than the first half, and we haven't seen normalcy compared to the last year. But yes, there has been an improvement compared to the first half. But yeah, we will see some improvement coming in only by the second half of this fiscal year is what I believe now, because as the COVID surge has happened and this will continue for some more time, it doesn't bring in a lot of fatalities, but it does bring in a lot of fear and low confidence in terms of consumption. So that is one thing which we are fearing, which if triggered within the consumer segment, it may affect the retail business.
Sure. With malls shutting down and, localized lockdowns as well, as we are seeing currently in effect in Maharashtra, are you seeing rental concessions as business does get affected yet again? Do you see that happening?
So it is really getting very tough, and asking for rental concession once again from the landowners and the building owners, it is going to be a very, very difficult scenario this time. And we believe and we understand that they also had a very bad time in that particular session when we did it last year. We don't want it to be repeated unless and until it is difficult for us to breathe. We will certainly ask for their help if required. But right now, I don't think retailers are focusing on getting that onto that side. Right now, we are focusing on how do we keep the sustainability of our business, keep the continuity of our business and our footfall, so that we don't have impact any part of our ecosystem and no one gets hurted out of this whole pandemic effect. So we are trying to take care of everyone and be responsible for even for them.
Sure, Mr. Agarwal, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining in with your insight.